In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect Java to MongoDB and how to save, update, delete, and search the data. First, you have to go to the Spring initialize and you have to create an empty Spring Boot project. I put com.java as my project metadata and artifact ID is Mongo. I can put a description here and I select Java 8 and my Java version, and you have to select few dependencies here. Spring Boot Web and MongoDB, Spring Data, MongoDB dependency. As Java is my packaging. Now you can download the project. You have to unzip the project and you can use IntelliJ to open this project. I copied this project to my IntelliJ source project folder. And now I'm going to open the Mongo project. This is the MongoDB dependency and Spring Boot Web dependency. Here I will create the basic structure of the project. I'm creating many packages for service and repository and my control and model. This package for controller. This package for repositories I name as DAO, data accessible object. This is my service package. I'm creating a controller class. I name it user controller. I will copy the code from my previous learned Spring Boot project. In previous video, I created the project. I'm copying the post request because first I will save the data. You have to put a risk control annotation because this is the controller class. In my Learn Mongo database video, I created the users collection and document. I use same database and same user collection. have to put ID, name, age, and gender, and country as because I use those variables, those columns in my previous video. You have to put document annotation because data in MongoDB we use document as the raw data. This is the ID annotation. MongoDB will generate ID automatically. You can assign this ID variable to that auto-generated ID. I'm going to encapsulate the field. You can use there's option to encapsulate field in the ID. You can use that option. I rename my request mapping value. I can use test mongo save for save the data for update. You can use update. Now I'm going to create a interface for as a user repository. Sorry, I create here a concrete class. And here you can define the basic method for save data, delete and update and search. Here I'm using best practices because you can easily understand the code base. In MongoDB, there is no option called delete. So, the option is if you want to delete the data, the option is remove. There is an operation called remove. In search criteria, I'm using a list for get the whole data saved in the user collection. Is my DAO user repository class. Now I'm going to implement the methods. I created the user repository IMPL class. IMPL is basically implementation. You have to put the annotation. I put here service annotation. I will inherit the methods which I have written in my user repository class. Now I'm going to create a service layer and create the interface for user service, and you can create four methods for save, update, remove the data and search the data. And here also you have to create user service implementation class to implement the method after inheriting the user service class. And here you have to put the annotation to service annotation. This is the service. In repository, you have to put the repository annotation. I erase the service annotation. I will put there repository annotation. And the user repository IMPL class, you can implement Mongo repository as well. In here, I'm going to use the Mongo template. I will show how to do this. And here I want to auto add Mongo template. In Mongo template, there are many options have to search, delete the data for basic operations. These are the options: aggregate, count, sum, save, update, remove. Now you can easily call the methods, because I use implementation class and their interfaces. You have to auto add the user repository, and you can call the save method in user repository. Auto couldn't happen. This is basically reason is I forgot to put the annotation. You can use repository annotation. I forgot to use this annotation. You can use annotation in IMPA class as well. Because I implement all methods in IMPA classes, I will change that. I change the method save data and here you have to provide the service class, service interface, sorry. You can easily get the method, save method. I will return the message once error occur, and if it is successfully saved, you can return the success message. This is my I'm using Postman to send the request to my Mongo project. I will share this project in my Git location. You can check out and you can understand the code base. This is my Postman request. My host is localhost, port is 8080. Authorization type is none, no authorization, and header there is one option to content type. I'm using application JSON as my content type, and body you have to set the raw data. You have to send the JSON file to save the data. I'm creating a basic I'm creating a name, age and gender and country I use name, country, age to my JSON because I defined my model class those 5 variables including ID. ID will generate MongoDB itself, so we don't have to define ID in the payload. MongoDB take care about the ID. Once I send the request, if it is success, you can show the success message. I forgot to put the repository in my implementation class as I previously said. So I remove my repository annotation from interface and I'm putting it to implementation class. Now time to run the application. It is successfully started. I forgot to configure some parameters. I forgot to configure the database connection. There's an option to configure Spring Boot to Mongo database. You have to select this option, Spring Data MongoDB URI, like we are using MySQL to another annotation. In my previous video, I showed how to enable authorization on MongoDB. So I use same database for this example as well. My user is my user and password is xyz123 and my host is localhost and port is default port 27017. My database is test Mongo. It is started without any issue. Now I send the data, it is showing success. So when we are checking the database, it will show my name and my data. Now I'm going to set another name and another payload to my Spring Mongo project, Mongo application. It is also success. Now you can see two data in my Mongo, two documents in my Mongo collection. I'm putting few data to my MongoDB. Now we have three documents in the MongoDB. Now I will show how to search the data. I entered 3 document and now I'm going to take those documents from the database. In Mongo template you have many options, find all like that for find query, find option. In here I used wrong user. And in here you have to say user repository dot search. If you are doing like that, in find all if you used your model class, you can the application will retrieve all the data in your database, and you can use where clauses and ascending order, descending, distinction using. You have to if you're using like that, you have to create a criteria, and you can create a criteria and you can add criteria to the query. I'll change the method to like search data. In here I use list to retrieve all the user information from my database. I'm checking the user list, and if it is empty, I will return null, and if it is not null, not empty, I will return the user list. My return type should be changed. Once I run the application, it will show all the data in my database. I put 3 documents to my database. This is the GET request. You have to delete the body. You don't need body for the GET request. Authorization on no. And the content type is the application JSON. Something went wrong. Let me check what is the row with my application. Null point occurred. Give me a minute to check the error. Rest I did not assign my users array list to my search method. Hence, users executed as null. Now it will show the data. Here we go. Those are the details which I have saved. Now I'm going to update the data, and there are many options: update first, update all, update multiple, and update first. In here there are few parameters: query and update, and the class type. Query, update, and collection name. So not a class type. And you have to create a query, and after that you have to create a criteria. You can add many criterion to the query. Yeah, I'm using citation as my ID. And you have to create the update. There's an option called update. You can have to select MongoDB core.query category. Under this category, there is an option to update. You have to select that option. And you have to set the update data, basically column names. I'm setting the name, age, and gender. This is just like a hibernate. I'm giving the relevant parameters in here, query and my update object and my user class collection. Here I'm returning the boolean. That's why I use post acknowledge. If the data successfully update, it will return a boolean, true or false. That's what I'm going to return here. I'm copying the same method and I'm using the URL pattern and the method and the name of the method. In here I'm using put for update the data. Now I'm going to send a request using Postman. Here, if it is success, I will return the success message, and if it is not success, that means if something happened while updating the data, it will return the error message. Else, I will show error message. Now I'm going to now I'm running the application. I'm going to send the data. Authorization type is none. The body, I have to add additional parameter here, that is ID. I will change the data of my payload. This is my ID column. I will update this data. Once it is successfully updated, you can see the name Sajid. That is success. Now once we search here, you can see the updated data here. Now change the name and gender and country as Sri Lanka. You can see the updated data here. Then update function is also successfully learned. Now how to learn how to remove the data from MongoDB. There are many options. Remove under Mongo template to remove the data. You have to create a query and you have to give the collection name to remove method. And here also I use Boolean as my return type. If it is acknowledged, it will show the true. It will return the true. Else, it will return false. You can search remove option in my implementation class, and you can call from the control class to the method. In here I'm using delete method to delete the data. Other data are same. In here I'm returning a boolean. So I'm reading this thing. I change name as my method as remove data. This I'm preparing the method same as update method, and here I will send the ID using my Postman, so I have to get the ID from the request. So I'm using request parameter to get the ID. You can beautifully see the project structure because I use implementation and concrete classes interfaces. Now this is the request for remove the data. Duplicate the method. Here's my URL button test /mongo/remove. My method type is delete method, and I'm binding a ID to delete the data. Those are my documents. I put another request. Now you can see few duplicated data. So I will show how to delete. I put that auto-generated ID, and you can see the search message, successful message, and the data has been deleted. Now I'm using another ID. It is success, and you can see the reducing the document in the database. You can check out this project from GitHub. And you have to remember putting the creating the database connection URL in the application resource property.